Hello, welcome to Quest 3, Module 4, Writing Persuasive Essays. We're going to take a look at a mentor text by Alice Waters from Slow Food Nation. We're going to use this excerpt as a template for creating our own persuasive writing. When writing persuasively, we need to first consider our viewpoint. Once we've decided what our viewpoint is, we need to find a relevant viewpoint that is aligned with our viewpoint. We need to make sure that another person agrees with us, a person with credibility. Finally, we need to consider an honest, opposing viewpoint that we could include, and then we have to debunk that opposing viewpoint or tear it down so that our viewpoint is made stronger. In order to do so, we're going to take a look at the excerpt and identify what each sentence is so that we can duplicate it when we're writing on our topic. I'm going to model for you before you have the opportunity to practice alone with your topic. From Slow Food Nation by Alice Waters. It's no wonder our national attention span is so short. We get hammered with the message that everything in our lives should be fast, cheap, and easy, especially food. So conditioned are we to believe that food should be almost free, that even the rich, who pay a tinier fraction of their incomes for food than has ever been paid before in human history, grumble at the price of an organic peach. A peach grown for flavor and picked perfectly ripe by a local farmer who is taking care of the land and paying his workers a fair wage. And yet, as the writer and farmer David Matsumoto recently pointed out, pound for pound, peaches that good still cost less than Twinkies. When we claim that eating well is an elitist preoccupation, we create a smokescreen that obscures the fundamental role our food decisions have in shaping the world. The reason that eating well in this country costs more than eating poorly is that we have a set of agricultural policies that subsidize fast food and make fresh, wholesome foods, which receive no government support, seem expensive. Organic foods seem elitist only because industrial food is artificially cheap, with its real costs being charged to the public purse, the public health, and the environment. When we take a look at the first two sentences, we'll see that the first sentence is an opposing viewpoint, and the second sentence is elaboration on the opposing viewpoint. That is to say, the first two sentences are ideas that Alice Waters does not necessarily support. She does not believe that the price of organic peaches is really expensive. It's the perspective that she disagrees with, and then elaboration. When we look at the third sentence beginning, and yet, as the writer and farmer David Matsumoto, we can see that that is a relevant perspective that is aligned with Alice Waters' perspective. Indeed, she does believe that organic peaches still cost less than Twinkies overall. It's not her idea, as she assigns it to Mr. Matsumoto. However, it's a relevant perspective because it does not go against what she believes. Let's take a look at the fourth sentence. When we claim. That sentence is the actual author's viewpoint. She does believe that we create a smokescreen that covers up the role our food decisions play in the world. So this is her viewpoint. Next, we have the concession. Alice Waters concedes to the fact that the only reason fast food seems cheap is because it's being subsidized by agricultural policies and by politicians. And so She is conceding to the fact that the actual price stickers are less when you go in the store for fast food and quick processed food than it is for organic food. But then her final sentence refutes the concession. That is to say, it goes against the opposing idea, or what she concedes to, in that it talks about the real cost. So while the price stickers on the fast food in stores is lower, she refutes the idea that it's lower overall in stating that the public ends up paying because of the subsidies, and also we pay because of health issues. So in this excerpt from Alice Waters' book, we're able to see opposing viewpoint, additional explanation for opposing viewpoint, a relevant perspective, the author's perspective, a concession, and then a refutation. And that's what I'm going to model for you next. The topic that I'll use is global warming. Again, my topic is global warming, and the opposing viewpoint and the additional support for the opposing viewpoint is as follows. As usual, America alone shoulders the responsibility for global warming. Because our country is deemed to have influence over other countries, it should cease and desist using coal so other countries will stop. And if they refuse, the USA should stop doing business with them. Problem solved. Now, I'm going to add the relevant perspective and my actual viewpoint, using the same template as the author Alice Waters did before. The relevant perspective comes from George Will, and it reads, however, George Will identifies the Cowlitz facility, an Australian company that has a $60 billion contract with China to supply coal, and since the country's major customer isn't America, threatening China would do no good. My viewpoint is, when blame is misplaced, we create a maze where those with power to act continue business as usual, unable to impact real change because they remain uninformed in the dark. Now, our last two sentences for our persuasive writing are the concession and the refutation. The concession reads as follows. America is a superpower with major influence across the globe. And the refutation follows the concession. But until America and other countries agree to live like people in Kenya, we must seek realistic solutions to stopping or reversing the impact of greenhouse effect, since blame will continue to do no good. Now you're ready to select a topic and follow the template to create your persuasive writing. Good luck and thanks.